Hello and welcome to Creating with Purpose. My name is Aidan Brookstone and I'll be your host. Creating with Purpose is a series of thought-provoking ideas that are each mindfully crafted to help you, the creator, bring more meaning, intention, and purpose to your daily practice of creativity. My personal philosophy is that we are all creative beings. From the way we style our hair to the way we conduct our own personal demeanors, everything we do is an act of creation that is unique to our being. So whether you consider yourself an artist, a plain old human, or anything in between, it doesn't really matter. The information I'll be presenting in each of these episodes is practical enough that, if put to proper use, will help you open the doors to a life that is much more fulfilling, exciting, and simply put, has you creating with purpose. Each episode will cover a topic, and I'll finish with something for you to reflect on based on our speaking point. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome to episode 5 of Creating with Purpose. In the last episode, we talked about committing to our purpose. So great, we've committed to a purpose, we're acting on it, we're fully following through on it, but is that purpose always going to remain the same? Or is it going to be flexible? Is our purpose open to change? Now this episode's going to be a little different in that I don't actually have an answer. I'm just going to explore this a little bit in the hopes that maybe you will be able to contribute to the conversation in a deeper way. Now, I'm currently committed to a purpose of figuring out how to help artists create with more intention, more passion, more meaning, more purpose in everything that they do. I believe that this process that I am building out isn't just going to help people create more meaningful art, but I actually believe that what we're doing here is going to help people create more meaningful lives. Now, what happens when I've reached a certain point where I feel like I've generally accomplished that? Where maybe I've come to feel tired with what I'm doing. I've been doing it for 20, 30, maybe 40 years. And I just feel sort of like, okay, you know what? I've been doing this for a really long time. I'm super satisfied with it. But now I really feel a yearning to go in a new direction. So obviously there's a little bit of speculation with this conversation because I don't know where I'm going to be in 20, 30, 40 years time. I just know where I am right now. And I know what brings me a lot of purpose right now is figuring out how to provide service and value to others through what it is that brings me a sense of fulfillment and joy in my day-to-day life. I really love creating and collaborating with other people. That to me is just a really exciting way of exploring my day, and it always provides me an opportunity to learn and to grow. Now, in some senses, I believe that we have sort of smaller purposes and bigger purposes. The higher purpose and the more specific small purpose. For me, a higher purpose is something that connects to a greater sense of being. My higher purpose is really about how can I do what I do in order to help serve humanity at large? And also, how can I become the best version of myself while I'm doing it? Right? But my smaller purpose is how can I take a step towards connecting with an individual who can really resonate with what it is that I'm doing? There's layers to purpose. And yet at the core of my purpose, I feel like I'm always going to find joy from the service that I give to others. I'm always going to find meaning in the ways that I'm able to help others grow. That's just innately who I am and what I enjoy doing. So purpose, I believe, has flexible elements to it, but I think there's also elements of purpose that will remain static. I think I will always enjoy finding ways to be of service to the world and of service to others. I think that's just naturally built into me. I think that's a very purpose-driven element of who I am and something that brings me joy in my day-to-day. But whether I'm going to be doing that through music or through maybe a book or through maybe even doing more physical labor in the world, whatever these little pieces of purpose that I can find joy in all of them. And they all serve a greater purpose of service, but they all accomplish something somewhat different. So is purpose flexible? I do believe to some degree it is, but what remains is the higher sense of purpose that is ultimately about how do we utilize ourselves and our sense of being in a way that provides value and service to others and to the world. So today's reflection is more of just, I guess, a reflective piece for you. I just want you to think about where is your higher sense of purpose? And also think about where are the smaller pieces of purpose in that? What is it to you that you ultimately feel like you are serving in a much higher overall vision way, kind of like the bird's eye view of your purpose. See how far you can zoom out. And then I want you to try and zoom all the way in and see what are the little pieces of purpose that you feel like you may only want to do for a couple years, but still fit into the overarching theme of what it is that really brings you joy. And allow these smaller pieces to be flexible and to change and to shift and to go with the flow of this meaning that comes to you through the greater sense of purpose. So, bit of a different episode, but wanted to try something here as we've really done the practical deep dive so far. I hope you found this episode helpful. Again, my name's Aiden. This is Studio Raphael. Studio Raphael is an art house for creativity that serves to uplift humanity. We're all about helping artists here who are creating art that is purposeful, intentional, and meaningful. And if you want to be an artist who's doing that, but you're struggling to find your way, shoot me a message. I'm building out my 12-week program where I'm really working on helping artists who want to accomplish this, who want to achieve this, but just don't know where to start and don't know how to get there. If you haven't already, I recommend listening to the other episodes because the first 4 episodes are a great practical skill set for how to discover purpose in your life and what is really necessary in order to start stepping towards it. And it sort of feels like every episode from here on out is going to be a bit more of an exploration. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So thanks so much for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you around the studio sometime. Take care.